And hello again, everyone. I'm Chris Lincoln. Welcome to Oklahoma Sports Scene here at the Wee Street Ice Center in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And the man behind this Wee Street Ice Center, Andy Scurto, joins us for two segments of the show. Talk about this incredible complex here and also his Tulsa Ice Oilers and his Tulsa Indoor Professional Football team, the Oilers. Super Bowl 59 betting numbers are in from Las Vegas. Vinny Magliulo, who set the line for us last week before the game, now comes back with all the winning numbers and gives the big winners who are in Vegas. Angie Nelp, TU's very successful women's basketball coach, brings up to date on the Golden Hurricane season. And we'll have OU's Patty Gasso on, the super softball coach, just chosen to coach the Summer Olympic Games in Los Angeles. But first, let's go to our Tulsa World Hot Topics. And we'll start with the NBA holding its 74th All-Star basketball game this past weekend in San Francisco, Golden Gate Chase Center Arena. And for the first time, the NBA All-Star featured a tournament format with 4 teams. Oklahoma City was represented by the top fan vote getter, guard Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and by reserve Jalen Williams. The Oklahoma City Thunder will come out of the All-Star break with a 44-10 record, tied for the best overall record in the entire NBA, and with a big 8-game lead in the Western Conference. The Great American Race, Daytona 500, was run this past Sunday in Daytona, Florida. Over 100,000 race fans, including the President of the United States. It marked the beginning of the NASCAR race season. The big race was delayed, though, some 3 hours because of rain. Ended with William Byron surviving a crash on the final lap that vaulted him from 9th place to the victory lane, becoming a repeat champion. Byron's win gave team owner Rick Hendricks a record 10 Daytona 500 wins, breaking a tie he had with Richard Petty Enterprises. Tulsa Ice Oilers traveled to Kansas City for games this past Friday and Saturday. First place Mavericks, after losing 3-1 and then 1-0 in a shootout, they returned home Sunday to the BOK Center and posted a 2-1 win over first place Kansas City. It was the team's final home game in February, though, with the round trips now coming up to Wheeling, West Virginia, Fort Wayne, Indiana, and Wichita. Tulsa's next home game, not until they host Utah, March the 1st and 2nd at the BOK. Our FC Tulsa Pro Soccer team continued its preseason schedule, losing to FC Dallas 2-1 last Wednesday in Frisco, Texas. FC Tulsa now prepares for its Friday, February 22nd doubleheader match at the University of Tulsa Soccer Stadium. They'll take on TU and Missouri State University. The club hosts its final preseason match at 2 p.m. on Thursday the 27th against Union Omaha at the Tulsa Titan Sports and Performance Center. The first of its 34-match regular season United Soccer League campaign will kick off March the 8th at Phoenix Rising. Then Tulsa comes home for 4 straight matches at One Oak Field, starting on Saturday, March the 15th against the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Well, all 30 of the Major League Baseball spring training camps are now open and in full swing this week in Florida and Arizona. 2025 162-game schedule starts on March the 27th, runs through September the 28th. Our Tulsa Drillers, with new manager Eric Wedge, a former American League Manager of the Year, will begin its preseason work in the first week of March at the Dodgers Training Center in Glendale, Arizona. The Oilers' 2025 Texas League season opens at home at One Oak Field with a 3-game weekend series, April 4th, 5th, and 6th against Northwest Arkansas. Every Texas League team will play a 138-game schedule, split evenly with 69 home games and 69 road games. Ranked number 2 in all of college wrestling, with a perfect 13-0 dual meet record, the Oklahoma State Cowboys, under first-year head coach David Taylor, travel to Iowa City, Iowa this Sunday, take on the 3rd-ranked Iowa Hawkeyes. What a showdown that's going to be. In the series between these two perennial college wrestling powers, OSU has a 13-11 edge, but Iowa holds the advantage when it comes to Iowa City. In fact, the Cowboys have not won there since 2012. But this season, the Cowboys have the entire lineup of wrestlers ranked in the top 20 in the nation. What a great squad this is. Oklahoma State, Iowa, number 2, number 3. Watch it live on Big Ten Cable Network this Sunday evening, the 23rd. That'll be at 7:30. Next, the Tulsa Ice Oilers, Wee Street Ice Center, the Tulsa Oilers football team. Andy Scurto, we're here on set next.
The Wee Street Ice Center, the coolest place in town, is the only place you can skate like the pros. With 2 rinks, there's always time to strap on the blades and hit the ice. The Wee Street Ice Center at 43rd and Yale is your family fun destination. Try out the game simulator rooms or hit the arcade. When you get hungry, grab a bite at Puck's Sports Bar and Grill with delicious food, great drink specials, and more. It's Midtown Tulsa's coolest entertainment center. Wee Street Ice Center, the coolest place in town. Come get your skate on.
Pitch, Casey lines it down the left field line. Drillers Baseball, fireworks, food, and family, it's all in Tulsa at One Oak Field. Score your Drillers season membership today with plans and prices fit for every fan. Whether you want to catch every game or select nights, we know you will have a great time at the ballpark. We're proud to offer a variety of membership options, so don't wait. Contact a Drillers rep who will personally help you find the right plan for you. It's all in Drillville for 2025.
Our story. It lives in Tulsa, where the spirit of the past lives alongside us and urges us on toward a vibrant future. Because our story is still being written. It's the story of Tulsa, told by the journalists who live it and love it. Whether it's covering our rich history, bringing you the hidden gems of the food scene, or following the action in local sports. And here, in the Tulsa world, is where it comes to life.
Tulsa Oilers hockey at the BOK Center. The ultimate experience of hockey and entertainment. Save big on season tickets today. Full season tickets starting as low as $17 per month for all 36 home games. Get your season tickets at TulsaOilers.com. That's TulsaOilers.com. Experience hard-hitting, glove-dropping, pulse-pounding, glass-rattling kind of thrill. Season tickets available now at TulsaOilers.com. That's TulsaOilers.com. This is your town, your team, your Tulsa Oilers hockey.
And welcome back to the fabulous VCI Ice Center, the man behind it all. Here it is, Andy Scurto. Andy, almost happy anniversary, right?
Almost, yeah. March 9th, it'll be a year.
Well, hard to believe now. Has this met your vision of turning Macy's department store and the old Palmer Mall into this incredible ice center?
It's exceeded it, really. I mean, it turned out better than I could have expected, and we continue to grow, we continue to improve it, and it's doing really well. I mean, people are enjoying it. We've got a lot of special events coming through now, and it's going really well.
140,000 square feet, 2 sheets of NHL quality ice, certainly, and one on this side with the Oilers practice rink, team hockey, and the other side, figure skating, free skating. People seem to love it.
Yeah, it's really good. We've had some really big public skates with hundreds of people out there enjoying it. We'll get the lights down, the music playing, and people just having a lot of fun. That's what I wanted to see, was people enjoying the ice center.
All right, some of the other features we need to talk about too. They here at 43rd and Yale, your massive Pucks Sports Bar.
Yes.
It's a popular spot. I've seen so many clubs and teams now hosting big watch parties there.
Yeah, we do a lot of big watch parties during the football games especially, but in Oklahoma Thunder. So they're watching lots of sports events, so it's a sports bar, and we always have sports on the TV.
And the biggest sports bar, I think, in Oklahoma. I know it is for Tulsa, for sure. 12,000 square feet, extended by 150-inch, amazing 150-foot screen.
Yeah.
And then there are, what, I think, like 12 other huge screens as well.
Yeah, we have all in, I think we're at about 20 TVs in there.
And then the arcade, simulators, all kinds of
simulators,
stuff.
the golf simulators, the arcade. The arcade's very popular with the kids. Golf simulators, people just want to hit some golf balls.
Yeah.
You can also do baseball and a few other things in there. So lots of things to do here. It's just fun to come out with the family and have family fun. That's what I wanted.
And if you're a sports memorabilia fan, you got the collection here that really is impressive on the second floor.
Yeah, that's the Scott Carter collection that we're hosting for them. Lots of memorabilia is collected through the years, and there's some very impressive stuff in there.
Open, we mentioned last March the 9th, had some really big events here. I guess the first big one we all talked about, made ESPN, the National Knife and Axe Throwing.
Yeah, World Axe Throwing Championships. Yeah. We had people from Australia and Scotland and all over came in for that. It was a lot of fun.
Throwing knives and axes and drinking beer.
Yes, they were. And they started drinking at 8 a.m. and they were throwing axes and beer all day long. But there was no accidents. Nobody got injured.
Ah, good.
It went really well. They had a great time, and it aired on ESPN Mother's Day, believe it or not. Wouldn't have been my first choice, but that's what ESPN picked, yeah.
Andy, I was also impressed with the job your staff did here with the, what you call the Winter Wonderland. It was December the 13th through January the 5th. What a showcase you put on. Tell us some of the features of that.
Yeah, so we wanted to really do a big thing for Christmas. So we had the train running around, giving train rides.
Now, where'd you
we
find
were making
the train, Andy?
We bought it. You do enough research on the internet, you can find anything, right?
Yeah.
So we bought the train. We own that. It's coming out for our next big event too. So, but we're making snow. Kids could play in the snow. We had the snowmakers going, and we had, of course, a Christmas tree on ice. People were taking selfies around it, and Christmas music, all the Christmas lights up inside.
Santa was here.
Santa was here most of the time, yeah.
Oh, it's fabulous, fabulous. The Winter Wonderland.
So, a lot of fun.
Annual event, I'm sure, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
great.
We'll do that annually. In
Yeah.
spring, we have our Margarita Chill.
Oh, nice.
Is our spring event. So we'll have 1 week of same thing. We're doing, of course, we're going to have Margaritaville on ice, not Christmas tree. So it'll be a lot of fun.
Well, this past week, we had a real celebrity on skates here.
We did.
Former Olympic gold medalist Scott Hamilton was here for a special event fundraising for cancer.
Yeah, Skate to Eliminate Cancer. He was here Saturday. We did another event on Sunday, but they did a skating show. He brought some skaters in, and then we used some of our group from the figure skating club, and they did about an hour and a half skating show. It was really, really good, and they raised about $80,000 for cancer, I believe. Yeah.
Andy, I was wondering if you were touched at all. You were so involved in skating in so many ways by the terrible tragedy of DC and the plane
Yeah,
crash.
that was really sad.
Oh, my God.
Obviously, really sad, and we lost a lot of figure skaters and that.
Yeah.
I guess there was a big group on the plane, and we had a moment of silence for them on Saturday. And it is sad. It's really awful.
Well, this has been quite a facility for the Tulsa Ice Oilers. We have Coach Murray here several times and talks about how this is the envy of the ECHL. Everybody loves this place. What great facility for the players. Great ice here.
Yeah.
A lot of practice. And
It works great for the players. Obviously, the locker rooms are all here. They're training centers, the hot clubs, cold tubs,
Yeah.
exercise equipment. And then they eat at the restaurant, too, so it's easy for them to get meals and all that kind of stuff. And we have great ice. It's a full NHL rink for them to practice on, so it's easy for them to get in and out of. They love it here. And they practice at the BOK as well. They want to make sure they're used to their home facility they play in, too. So they go both places.
And I know you also have coming up, and another big event you guys talk about here is the Bedlam Hockey.
We do.
Oklahoma State will
Yeah.
be here, and it's a doubleheader really for everybody on March the 1st.
March
Saturday
the 1st. So OSU OU will play first, and the Oilers will play afterwards. That's always a great game. Those two guys obviously want to pound on each other, and a lot of fun. We get good attendance to come out and watch the local team play Oklahoma City.
4 p.m. they'll drop the puck for OU and OSU in the Bedlam.
Yeah.
That series tied 1-1. Oklahoma State upset the Sooners, the very first one 2 years ago. Then last year, OU got a little bit of revenge, 5-3. They lost 5-4 in overtime the first year. Now this is the third and over match of the Cowboys and the Sooners. Always great Bedlam hockey.
Yeah.
That's at 4 o'clock, Saturday, March 1st. Then followed at 7:05 by the Pros as the Oilers will take on Utah.
Right. And it's true Bedlam. They're still in the same division and everything, right? So they're actually competing for points.
Well, now let's talk some Oilers hockey. After 2 games in Kansas City this past Friday and Saturday, came back here and won a game 2-1 against the first place Kansas City club.
Yeah.
Boy, this is a tight division, isn't it, Andy?
It's very tight. So we have 5 games that could all be anywhere from 1st to 4th. We have a 3-way tie for 2nd place, and Kansas City is only 2 wins ahead of the rest of us. So anybody could be number 1, anybody could come out number 5 in this mix of 5 players. So it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a run till the end.
Yeah.
Kansas City being number 1 right now, we played them really tough 3 games in a row. Lost one in overtime, and then won one at home. So
It must be awful as a goalie to get a shutout and lose.
yeah, that's a tough one on the goalie to get a shutout because they were 0-0. He lost in the shootout. Yeah.
Well, again, this team has made such improvement, and the fans have really responded. Well, I saw one of them, almost 14,000 one of the games, right?
Yeah.
Third
We've
best.
done 14,000 in one of them. We had about 13 in another, 9 in a game this year. So we've had some really good turnouts on Saturdays. If you were there this past Sunday, guess one of the best hockey games you'll ever watch. They were both very physical. They were pounding on each other. We had 5 or 6 fights and ejection, but really tough hockey the way it should be played. Really exciting.
Talk about tough hockey the way it should be played. What do you think of this four-nation thing the NHL is putting together some All-Stars?
It's a phenomenal concept. I mean, the All-Star game for the NHL has gotten so boring.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to watch it.
Right.
They're out there playing around and I mean, there's nothing to see.
Yeah.
These guys want to win.
Yeah.
I mean, they're dropping the gloves when the puck drops. They're fighting. They're killing each other out there. They
Yeah.
want to win for their nation.
USA Canada, there were 3 fights in the first 10 seconds?
First 10 seconds, yeah. So that Thursday game is going to be a phenomenal game against Canada and the U.S.
Well, I know all our guys are watching it here and stuff as well, but this ECHL is got some good brand of hockey, and I think the fans are really enjoying the quality of the hockey here now.
Yeah. Now we're doing a lot for the fan experience, making sure people have a lot of fun, throwing all the prizes, the fan boni, the Jeeps, all that, but also we're playing some great hockey right now. The team is playing well. We're winning, right? We're going to go to the playoffs. I think we can go deep this year, but our division is the toughest division in the ECHL. So every night, any team that walks in can win, any team can lose, and you're guaranteed to have a heck of a battle out there.
And again, a three-way tie for second.
Three-way tie for second.
Yeah.
The fifth place team is only a couple points behind that, and the first place is only a couple points above it.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's really that tight. And then even the lower teams are getting better and worse, and sometimes they're beating that top team. So it's a really tight division.
Oilers now hit the road for some time here, Andy. Going to the hockey hotbeds of Wheeling, West Virginia, Fort Wayne, Indiana, then up to Wichita, Kansas, before they come back here. They have 2 home games to start the month of March. That'll be Saturday, March the 1st at 7:05 and a Sunday 3:05 game, both against the Utah Grizzlies. So a lot of road hockey here for the rest of the month.
This is our out-of-division games, so they're going on the road to play those. Wheeling's been really tough this year. Those are going to be tough games. Fort Wayne always plays well, so those are all going to be really, really hard-fought games and really pretty critical. So the team's got to go. Then we're going to come back, and we always have to kill Wichita. That's just the way it works, right?
After that, we go on the road again, March the 7th to the 16th, then come back to Tulsa in March on home ice, March the 21st through March the 30th. So probably get a good run at home and be okay.
Yeah, we'll get a good run at home, and we play a lot of Allen and Rapid City, so those should be some good games.
Come right back with Andy Scurto and talk the other Oilers. That's the Oilers Indoor Professional Football League team. They're getting ready to kick things off next month. Back with Andy Scurto and his WeStreet Ice Center right after this timeout.
The We Street Ice Center, the coolest place in town, is the only place you can skate like the pros. With 2 rinks, there's always time to strap on the blades and hit the ice. The We Street Ice Center at 43rd and Yale is your family fun destination. Try out the game simulator rooms or hit the arcade. When you get hungry, grab a bite at Puck's Sports Bar and Grill with delicious food, great drink specials, and more. It's Midtown Tulsa's coolest entertainment center. We Street Ice Center, the coolest place in town. Come get your skate on.
Founded in 1960, Ed Bashira's Formal Wear and Fine Clothing has been dressing gentlemen for over half a century. We are family owned and operated, offering premium brand tuxedos and accessories in our Tulsa store on South Harvard. Bashira's also does made-to-measure suits, sports coats, dress shirts, and slacks, and a top line of sportswear. We do tailoring on site to assure the perfect fit so you will look your very best for that special occasion. Ed Bashira's Formal Wear and Fine Clothing, an Oklahoma tradition.
It's that time again, Tulsa. Your Tulsa Oilers indoor football team is back. Season kicks off Saturday, April 19th at the BOK Center, where your Oilers look to take down the San Antonio Gunslingers. Let's pack the house and start some ruckus. Season tickets start at just $9 per month with all home games on Saturdays. Experience the lightning-fast, hard-hitting, pad-popping excitement of professional indoor football. Get your tickets now at TulsaOilersFootball.com. That's TulsaOilersFootball.com. Saturday, April 19th. Join the Oilers action.
The Oklahoma Sports Hall of Fame, home of the Paycom Jim Thorpe Award, is a treasure trove of memorabilia honoring Oklahoma sports legends. For museum hours or to schedule a tour, go to oklahomasportshalloffame.org.
And welcome back to the fabulous WeStreet Ice Center here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, with the man who made this vision a reality, Andy Scurto. And you talk so much about the WeStreet Ice Center here, hockey going all the time, and that's your junior hockey promoting that as well.
Yeah, so the junior Oilers played this season.
Yeah.
We're done with home games. They have a couple road left, but it was our first year. They won a few games, built a team, and had a lot of fun. So,
how about girls with hockey?
we have the ladies league.
Yeah.
That plays inside the rink, so that they have a lot of fun.
And you have ownership of a couple of teams, don't you?
I don't anymore.
Okay.
So I sold those off to the new league, and the new league is being very successful with women's hockey.
Your daughters are active with that, right?
She's done. So she's retired. Yeah, she's retired. She actually works at the Ice Center now.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah,
well,
coaches.
Let's switch things now to Oilers football. It's the Indoor Professional Football League team. Andy, how'd you get into that? What were you thinking about? Why did you want to bring a football team indoors here?
Well, I've several reasons. I love football. I love hockey and football both. They're my favorite sports. I was a big fan of arena football back when I played, and I learned about the IFL and said I think it'd be a great thing for Tulsa. The off season of hockey is 3-4 months of not much going on for our fans. So it brought in a way to keep the fans engaged through the summer. Oklahomans love their football, and it's a lot of fun. If you haven't been to an IFL game, you really got to come to one. It is very fast-paced, hard-hitting. Those guys want to win just like anything else. They're out there beating each other up, tackling, and making some great plays. And we should have a good team this year.
What stage are we right now? Just in practice right now, or?
The guys report next week. They start reporting. They get physicals like March 1st, and then they start practicing March 3rd or 4th.
We get guys that play as tough as our coach. We'll be in good shape.
Yeah.
Marvin Jones, what a player, of course, at Florida State, incredible career. Then on to the New York Jets, a great NFL career. Played 13 seasons in the 11 seasons in the National Football League
for the Jets.
The New York Jets, a linebacker, and he's done a nice job at his club.
He's done a really good job. As a footnote, his son Marvin Jones Jr. is now playing for OU.
Oh, really? Transferred, huh?
He transferred, so next season he'll be playing for OU.
He was playing at Georgia, wasn't
he? Went to Georgia, over to Florida, now he's going to OU. It's like Major League Sports anymore. They just transfer around. But so that's kind of exciting for Coach. He's got his son playing right down the street over here at OU. But
fun.
No, Marvin's done a great job. So we almost made the playoffs last year.
So close.
One win would have put us in. But the Frisco team went dormant this season. So we picked up their head coach is now our associate head coach.
Okay, yeah.
And he'll run the offense. So Marvin's got some help this year to run the offense. Yep. He can concentrate on D. We just last week signed one of the best quarterbacks in the league. He was the MVP 2 years ago.
Wow.
So really, really good quarterback. So he's coming. We re-signed some of our best players. They're coming back. We've got some new ones coming in. I think we're going to have a really good team.
Well, we named head coach in 2022, and then the first expansion season was kind of a rough season, a lot of learning and stuff. And of course, the league didn't help us any. What a schedule they put us up against.
I know, yeah, it was tough.
Golly.
And the indoor football, you've got to have a great quarterback. You got to have a quarterback who can run a little bit and make good decisions. And we've had some good ones. We just haven't had a great one yet. We're still trying to get the right one that knows the indoor game.
Last season, 2024, the Oilers football team improved to 6-10, fifth place finish, and right to the very end, fighting for a playoff spot.
Yeah. We needed one more win to get a playoff spot, but we almost got it. The referees took it away from us.
I remember you down there chatting with them.
We always cry about the refs, but there was a couple games, and the referees, in my opinion, took it away from us, but that's all right.
Put up on the screen here the 2025 Oilers football schedule. Kicks off on March the 22nd at San Antonio, followed by, thank you, League, 2 more road games. But then we get back, come to the BOK Center. We have road games again April 4th, 11th, before Tulsa then will host the next 3 games in a row in BOK. April the 19th against the San Antonio Gunslingers, the first home game.
Yeah, so we actually open against the Gunslingers on the road, and then we have our first home game as the Gunslingers.
Wow.
So we get to play them twice, so it'll be fun. They're our division, so we always play them twice. But
how's the Interprofessional Football League doing? What's the strength of the league?
We're actually getting stronger. We shrunk a little bit this year, but part of that was just getting some teams that weren't able to really handle the professionalism of the league into different hands and things. So I think you're going to see nothing but growth now. We've got a lot of interest in the hockey teams adding football like we did. Now that we've done it and we're very successful, Indy has done it. So Indy now has a team, the Bison. No, they're not the Bison. They're the freight train. Some kind of train. Sorry about that, Indy. But they're on board, and then we've got 3 or 4 other ECHL teams interested. So I think we're going to now see growth, and it's going to be with professional owners that know how to run a sports team.
Well, it really makes sense, because after hockey, then what happens?
Yeah, so it works great for us because our team just transitions right to football.
Yeah.
Runs that. We have a little bit of an overlap, which is, a bit chaotic, but that's all right. It's fun. And we will have hockey. One of the weekends, I think we play both hockey and football the same weekend.
Yeah. Let's talk about the fan support here. They seem to be growing all the time, and the fans love this game. Yeah,
the fans are great. They love our football game. In 2 seasons, we're number 2 in the league in attendance next to Arizona. And I'm going to ask the fans to help us be number 1 this year. We're just behind Arizona by we were like 100 average attendance less than Arizona. So
is that, oh my gosh, yeah.
We do We were just shy of 9,000 average attendance,
Yeah.
and they were about 9,000. So this year we want to go 10,000 to make sure we beat them.
I'm always impressed with it. It really is a family fun experience. Always something going on.
Well, that's the target of Oilers entertainment, right?
Yeah.
Everything we do is family fun, family entertainment, and that's our motto. So that's the ice center, that's the football, that's it. So everything we do, you're going to have the T-shirts flying, entertainment going, the bouncy houses, the face painters.
Yeah.
I mean, you come out to a game, it's like the circus. We've got dinosaurs running around, princesses. It's just, I want to make sure the kids want to be there and want to have a lot of fun at the games.
And you made it a very affordable experience.
Well, and
Tickets.
that's something I try to push.
Yeah.
We are actually the cheapest ticket in the ECHL, I believe.
Wow.
I've got several of even the league has come and said, you really should look at raising your prices. I says, everything else goes up on our fans, right?
Yeah,
The BOK charges more for food. The parking went up to $20 and everything else.
gosh,
And
yeah.
I want to keep us family affordable.
Yeah.
I like to say you can come watch a hockey game or a football game for the same price as going to the movies, right? Just come out and have some fun with your family.
I love the fact, too, you really made it easy installment buying for season tickets for Oilers football, too.
Everything we do, you can get on a monthly plan, very affordable, and you get, if it's hockey, you're getting 6-7 games a month. For
Yeah.
football, you're getting at least 2, sometimes 3.
All right, Andy Scurto, what's next? You never stay still. What do you have planned for Tulsa after this?
Oh, I may have a big surprise coming, but I can't say anything yet.
Ah, okay. Well, stay tuned to Oklahoma Sports.
Yeah, stay
We'll
tuned.
have it for you here for sure. Well,
I like to keep busy. The grass doesn't grow under my feet, as
That's
people
for
say,
sure.
right? I just am always looking for ways to bring more entertainment value to the city of Tulsa. We're going to have a lot of cool events in the ice center, but I'm looking to do some expansion, and I'm working with the city. We're looking to do something really, really big that I hope we can announce here shortly, and it's going to be really exciting and a lot of fun.
Andy Scurto, also a former Tulsan of the Year, by the way.
I
Congratulations
did,
on that.
yeah. I
Nice.
was very, that was really good. I mean, I was impressed. So,
Well,
very
we're impressed,
happy.
Andy. Great job. Thanks for having us here.
Oh,
Thanks
it's
for
a
your
pleasure,
support
Chris.
of Oklahoma Sports Scene, hosting us here.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, surprise on people in the summertime who say, now, wear a sweater or a jacket. 50 degrees up here above the ice.
Yeah, it can be a little chilly in here. It can be a little chilly.
We'll come right back and talk with Vinny Magliulo in Las Vegas. He's a line maker, and you won't believe this, but hey, Vegas won Super Bowl betting. That's next.
Tulsa Oilers hockey at the BOK Center. The ultimate experience of hockey and entertainment. Save big on season tickets today. Full season tickets starting as low as $17 per month for all 36 home games. Get your season tickets at TulsaOilers.com. That's TulsaOilers.com. Experience hard-hitting, glove-dropping, pulse-pounding, glass-rattling kind of thrill. Season tickets available now at TulsaOilers.com. That's TulsaOilers.com. This is your town, your team, your Tulsa Oilers hockey.
Founded in 1960, Ed Bashira's Formal Wear and Fine Clothing has been dressing gentlemen for over half a century. We are family owned and operated, offering premium brand tuxedos and accessories in our Tulsa store on South Harvard. Bashira's also does made-to-measure suits, sports coats, dress shirts, and slacks, and a top line of sportswear. We do tailoring on site to assure the perfect fit so you will look your very best for that special occasion. Ed Bashira's Formal Wear and Fine Clothing, an Oklahoma tradition.
Pitch, Casey lines it down the left field line. Drillers win!
Baseball, fireworks, food, and family, it's all in Tulsa at One Oak Field. Score your Drillers season membership today with plans and prices fit for every fan. Whether you want to catch every game or select nights, we know you will have a great time at the ballpark. We're proud to offer a variety of membership options, so don't wait. Contact a Drillers rep who will personally help you find the right plan for you. It's all in Drillville for 2025.
The Wee Street Ice Center, the coolest place in town, is the only place you can skate like the pros. With 2 rinks, there's always time to strap on the blades and hit the ice. The Wee Street Ice Center at 43rd and Yale is your family fun destination. Try out the game simulator rooms or hit the arcade. When you get hungry, grab a bite at Puck's Sports Bar and Grill with delicious food, great drink specials, and more. It's Midtown Tulsa's coolest entertainment center. Wee Street Ice Center, the coolest place in town. Come get your skate on.
Our friend Vinny Magliulo made the line for the Super Bowl 59 this past week. Also, all the proposition bets. We caught up with him in his Las Vegas office the other day. Now that all the numbers are in, we asked Vinny, how'd you do? Who won? You, the house, or the players?
Good to be with you again, Chris. Always best to you and your viewers, listeners. Chris, I think if you look at the numbers, the pure numbers, right, where the revenue on the game shows that Nevada won about $22 million of about $151.5 million bet on the game. It looks like, the books cleaned up, but there were still some folks that did quite well on the game. So it's kind of a matter of perspective. I mean, obviously, anybody that bet the Chiefs did not necessarily do well. However, a lot of folks that bet the Chiefs and the Eagles did bet the over. And as we know, right in the late minutes of the game did go over. Professional bettors were more inclined to bet the under, but the fact that the game went over cashed a lot of tickets for folks there. So a lot of Eagles and over parlays did come in. And of course, let's face it, there were some future tickets, quite a few future bets during the course of the year that saw the Eagles successful. Folks had the opportunity from last winter to bet the Eagles in the future book. Some cases, folks a year ago, 10-1, 12-1, way back when, because the Chiefs were prohibitive favorites. And the Lions really got a lot of the early and season-long future support. So that, and then, of course, the proposition bets, which we talked about at length, right, where over 300, almost 400 ways to bet the game. So there were a lot of overs that did cash in the game, particularly how many players would attempt a pass in the game. Of course, when Kenny Pickett came in and did make one pass attempt, that cashed the over there. So a lot of over tickets did come in, and that made it beneficial to several bettors. It's a little deceiving, that $22 million.
Well, it said they totaled 151.6 million bet in Nevada's 186 sports books, the highest figure in 59 years in the state. And the revenue record, 22.1, broke the old $19.6 million record, but it didn't surpass, in fact, the year before when it was in Las Vegas as far as the total bets.
Yeah, good point, Chris. Last year, the fact that the game was here, that certainly contributed to more wagering. Last year, $190 million wagered. I kind of compare it more to 2 years ago when it was in Arizona, and there was 153 million. So the same matchup. So a couple of years ago, a little bit more handle. But I think what happened this year, and it's an unfortunate situation, Chris. The fires a month ago in Southern California greatly impacted visitation. Southern California is our number one drive market. Of course, we've got our Harry Reid International Airport that brings many, tens of millions of visitors every year. But a lot of folks like to drive here from Southern California, and the fires and subsequent mudslides there, definitely impacted the drive-in participation. And again, our thoughts and prayers go out to all those folks, and hopefully they can get back to coming to see us soon.
Well, going into Super Bowl 59, the best case scenario for you folks and all the money and numbers there in Vegas was the Eagles went outright. They did, and they went over, which they did. So really, really good Super Sunday for you guys.
Yeah, it was, Chris. And again, great business. Again, it's the number one single event for wagering during the course of the year. Now we're of course poised and getting ready for our next big event, right? Which is March Madness, right. In about another month, another 5 weeks. Now, for sustained betting action, March Madness surpasses Super Bowl, but again, that's a 2.5 week period. So that's something that we're gonna get ready for, and folks are gonna really start paying attention. The average casual fan is going to start paying very close attention to the college game right now. Although today it's all about the Four Nations Cup today and Thursday, so the NHL is going to get plenty of attention today, and then the NBA will get back to business this week.
That was interesting, Vinny, that there were no $1 million bets this year on the Super Bowl. They said the year before in Vegas, in fact, There were $5 million, $8 million bets, including 5 placed there in Las Vegas the year before.
Yeah, that's a kind of interesting. We noticed that too. There were while the professional bettors don't always comprise those $1 million bets, you do have what we call event players. You know, folks that look to make an investment, if you will, on on a particular side. And I think maybe believe it or not, maybe the point spread, basically being a pick'em game, maybe contributed to that. Chris, say the game was a 4-point spread, where there would have been a higher money line. Folks would have put up that $1 million to win, to kind of lay that price, and then also maybe take a chance on the underdog. But I think the number contributed, believe it or not, to some of those bigger bets not being played. We did see a very strong number of 5-figure plays. A few 6-figure plays, in the $100,000 range, $200,000 range. But as far as $1 million bets, those were down this year too. But again, when you consider it, I'll measure it up against 2 years ago, being down only a couple of $1 million. I think the Southern California fire situation really was more impactful than $1 million bets.
All right, let's talk about those prop bets. How many prop bets did you finally put out there, and what were some of the biggest ones, the ones you did well on, and the ones you didn't do so well on?
Well, Chris, I have to tell you, it all starts with the coin toss, as I mentioned, and believe it or not, again, the first fella that came up to bet it, he bet $5,000. I want tails because I know you guys always need tails. So of course he cashed that ticket. But again, the coin toss, instant gratification. You'd be surprised. And between what will the opening coin toss be, heads or tails? Which team will win the coin toss? Obviously, it was the Chiefs. Player to call the opening coin toss correctly. There's still 6 figures bet on the coin toss. It's amazing that how much money is bet on the coin toss. I'll tell you some of the like I mentioned, a lot of the over bets did come in. I'll tell you, at our property in particular, over at South Point, there was a $60,000 swing on the Chiefs' last touchdown. So if you think back to the game, Hopkins scored a touchdown, and it was the second to the last touchdown for the Chiefs. And it looked like that was going to cost us about $50,000. Believe it or not, there was a couple of guys that had Hopkins scoring the last touchdown. And let me get to my sheet here. Player to score the game's last touchdown in the game, and Hopkins was about 50-1 to score the game's last touchdown. Now, obviously, it was Xavier Worthy that scored the last touchdown. So no, again, great, Chris. Like I've always said, there's no such thing as a meaningless score. And so instead of paying out 50, I think we actually picked up about 10,000 on that prop. So there was a $60,000 swing on that one. So that was a big one there. A lot of the players did well on the exact number of touchdowns. Oh, you'll love this one. Will there be a successful 2-point conversion in the game? And better than 2-1, folks got 210 on that. They did very well and of course there were multiple 2-point conversions in the game. So I would say that those were the ones. But that's what also, even though the game was a blowout, right? Yeah. The prop bets keep you engaged the entire time, and in many cases, again, I'll go back to the Pickett throwing a successful pass. When he threw that pass, you'd have thought that that was the winning score of the game. All he did was make a pass attempt because folks had wagered that there would be more than 2.5 players attempting a pass in the game. So things like that always come into play, and they're always in play until the final whistle.
Vinny Magliulo, he is the sportsbook director there at Gone Gaming in Las Vegas. Vinny, thanks for taking the time to join us, and we'll catch up with you in March Madness, see if we can make some more money for Vegas.
Always good to be with you and your team and your viewers and listeners, Chris. Love it.
Thank you, Vinny. Back with the interview with our team women's basketball coach. Angie Nelp is next, right here on Oklahoma Sports Scene. Stay with us.
Our story, it lives in Tulsa, where the spirit of the past lives alongside us and urges us on toward a vibrant future. Because our story is still being written. It's the story of Tulsa, told by the journalists who live it and love it. Whether it's covering our rich history, bringing you the hidden gems of the food scene, or following the action in local sports. And here, in the Tulsa world, is where it comes to life.
Founded in 1960, Ed Bashira's Formal Wear and Fine Clothing has been dressing gentlemen for over half a century. We are family owned and operated, offering premium brand tuxedos and accessories at our Tulsa store on South Harvard. Bashira's also does made-to-measure suits, sports coats, dress shirts and slacks, and a top line of sportswear. We do tailoring on site to assure the perfect fit so you will look your very best for that special occasion. Ed Bashira's Formal Wear and Fine Clothing, an Oklahoma tradition.
Tulsa Oilers hockey at the BOK Center. The ultimate experience of hockey and entertainment. Save big on season tickets today. Full season tickets starting as low as $17 per month for all 36 home games. Get your season tickets at TulsaOilers.com. That's TulsaOilers.com. Experience hard-hitting, glove-dropping, pulse-pounding, glass-rattling kind of thrill. Season tickets available now at TulsaOilers.com. That's TulsaOilers.com. This is your town, your team, your Tulsa Oilers hockey.
Angie Nelp was in her fourth season as the head women's basketball coach at the University of Tulsa, the most successful one in the school history. Her first three seasons, including last year, she had a 25-10 record and tied for the American Athletic Conference Championship. They finally caught up with her on a video Zoom call from her office. Angie, congratulations on it's been a great program success so far.
Oh, thank you so much. Thanks for having me on the show.
Let's talk about this 24-25 squad. You had to work 8 new players into the lineup this season.
Yeah, well, super excited about our team and the growth we've had this year and the team that we're still becoming. Man, they're such a fun group. I'll tell you what, we've had this great combination of some veteran returners like Delaney Crawford, Elise Hill, Hadley Perriman, Maddie Cartwright, and then you couple that with some newcomers, and we've just got a really great combination of adding some newcomers through the transfer portal, adding some newcomers through our freshmen, and having some great veteran returners that has really made a really fun team this year as we continue our journey. We've had great leadership, we've had great hunger and great fight, and I'm so excited about that identity that is Tulsa women's basketball of teamwork and toughness that we continue to maintain this year.
It's such a new look team. You've had some tough losses, 5 losses by single digits.
Yeah, for sure. We're getting a lot of experience. We're getting a lot of experience through these growing opportunities and these moments in the game. And it's been fun to see their journey. And, there's been some heartbreaking losses in that as well. But being able to just continue to stay together and grow as a team is something that I think, our team does really well.
Let's talk about some of your players. Of course, it starts with your returning honorable mention All-American, Delaney Crawford, having another fine season here, averaging over 17 points a game.
Yeah, well, Delaney Crawford's an exceptional player. She's a great scorer for us. Obviously, she's a dynamic scorer and can score from all over the floor, and she continues to elevate her game after game after game, seeing lots of different styles of defense thrown at her. But one of the things that she does so well is she's such a prolific scorer for us. And then her leadership, her leadership has been so good with a lot of newcomers, and she really leads the way on this team.
Another double-figure scorer, Elise Hill.
So excited to talk about Elise. What a great story she's coming off of her freshman year, coming into her sophomore year, did so much work on her own in the gym, has really bought into player development, worked incredibly hard to be able to kind of step into a starting role for us. And she has done a fantastic job. She is really able to score in a lot of different ways. She can shoot the ball really well. She can get to the rim. She's one of those players that changes the way the defense has to play just by her shooting ability alone. And so really excited for the growth of Elise.
I guess Angie Nelp, the head women's basketball coach at the University of Tulsa, last year led the Golden Hurricane in its best seasons in history, including a tie for the AAC championship. How about the conference this year? How tough is that American Athletic Conference season?
It's always such a competitive league, isn't it? I mean, you look at the parity, you look at there's barely any games that are separating 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 in the league. And we're right there in the middle of the pack making a run for this championship. And our league is always, so it has so much talent from top to bottom. There's never a night off. You've got to show up, you've got to compete, you've got to be your best. And the American Athletic Conference is such a great conference to be a part of.
A lot of games on the schedule. Alabama, Birmingham, a trip there this weekend. Then next Wednesday, home for South Florida on the 26th. Let's talk about your hopes for postseason play for the Golden Hurricane.
Yeah, for sure. We want to be a team that continues to compete through the postseason. We're working really, really hard to make a push and make a run for that. Here at the end, we've got after our conference games, we've got our conference tournament coming up. That's down in Dallas, Fort Worth, and we're really excited about the growth that we're seeing with our team through some of these challenges we're facing.
And just talk about the impact for all teams, all levels of NIL, name, image, likeness, then the portal. How is it impacting your team women's program? How about the future for it?
Yeah, for sure. The landscape in women's basketball and in all collegiate athletics is changing. And one of the things that I'm really excited about is that I think we have a great vision. We have a great administration here in place at the University of Tulsa to be able to continue to support our student athletes at every level along the way. It certainly impacts a lot of teams, and we're no different. It's been impacting our team as well, and we're excited, for what's to come in that new landscape for us.
How about in the portal? Has it been good for you? I know it's tough you have to kind of recruit your own team every season as well.
Yeah, for sure. The portal certainly changes the recruiting landscape as well. We're really excited about those players that we were able to get out of the portal. One thing that we make sure that we do in recruiting is that we want to recruit high character players that are going to fit our culture, and we look for that first. I love the versatility that we have within our system. We want to play fast and we want to play free, and that gives us just a lot of versatility in the style of players that we recruit to be able to have a lot of size and skill on the floor for us. And I feel like we've been able to be successful in getting players out of the portal like Paige Bradley and Crystal Ison, 2 players that are making really immediate impacts on our team this year. And I think that we'll continue to do so.
Well, Andy, also congratulations on the February being the Girls and Women's Sports Month nationally. And boy, it is amazing. The growth of women's athletics, it's at all levels. It's just going to make you awfully proud.
It certainly does. National Girls and Women's in Sports Day is a day that we really celebrate all of those that have paved the way for us to be able to do what we do and have what we have here. I feel like we're very grateful for that. And I feel like we also have a great team that are great role models that can continue to just pave the way for the next generation that's to come after us.
Finally, Angie, I read an article, finally it's about time. Equal pay for women's basketball in the NCAA tournament finally has come.
Yeah, it's such an exciting step forward for women's basketball. We've seen the growth of the game in women's sports and especially in women's basketball over the next 4 to 5 years. And we're really excited for what the future holds for women's basketball. I think it'll continue to grow. I think it'll continue to expand. And we're certainly thankful for those that took those steps to be able to have that for us.
Angie, I know you're appreciative too of the TU fans. You've got a good group of fans that always support women's basketball and women's athletics at the university.
We certainly do. Our fan base just continues to grow, and we've had those fans that have stuck with us from the beginning that come night in and night out. And really the support from the community here in Tulsa, it's so incredible the way that they come to our games and not just come to watch our games, but the way they interact with our team. We couldn't be more grateful for the environment we have here in the Reynolds Center to be able to continue our season with that support.
And your TU fans, get out there, coming back to the Reynolds Center Wednesday the 26th. The University of Tulsa will host South Florida. Big game coming up there. And Angie, thanks for taking the time. Appreciate it. And all the best success again this year, and go after another title.
All right. Thank you so much. Appreciate y'all.
All right. We're going to come right back with another pretty good women's coach, softball legend Patty Gasso of OU, going on to the Olympics next.
The Wee Street Ice Center, the coolest place in town, is the only place you can skate like the pros. With 2 rinks, there's always time to strap on the blades and hit the ice. The Wee Street Ice Center at 43rd and Yale is your family fun destination. Try out the game simulator rooms or hit the arcade. When you get hungry, grab a bite at Puck's Sports Bar and Grill with delicious food, great drink specials, and more. It's Midtown Tulsa's coolest entertainment center. Wee Street Ice Center, the coolest place in town. Come get your skate on.
Our story, it lives in Tulsa, where the spirit of the past lives alongside us and urges us on toward a vibrant future. Because our story is still being written. It's the story of Tulsa, told by the journalists who live it and love it. Whether it's covering our rich history, bringing you the hidden gems of the food scene, or following the action in local sports. And here, in the Tulsa world, is where it comes to life.
Indoor football is back, Tulsa, and season tickets are going quick. Don't miss Saturday night entertainment starting as low as $9 a month. The Tulsa Oilers indoor football team kicks off again in March, Saturday nights, 7 p.m. BOK Center. Season tickets are on sale now. Go to TulsaOilersFootball.com. That's TulsaOilersFootball.com. Get your season tickets now. Don't miss your chance to experience the fast-paced, helmet-hitting, pad-popping excitement of professional indoor football. TulsaOilersFootball.com.
And glad you're back with us here in Oklahoma Sportscene at the noisy Wee Street Ice Center with some hockey going on in the background here. You know, Patty Gasso has accomplished just about everything you can as a softball coach. In fact, she is the standard, the gold standard. 31 seasons in Oklahoma, 8 national championships, including the last 4 in a row. But now Patty has a chance to add some gold to her collection. She's been selected as the women's softball coach for Team USA Olympics Los Angeles Games. And boy, she is some kind of excited.
Wow moment right here, right now. A lot of familiar faces. Thank you all for coming out. This moment is truly special in my career, and it feels like a dream come true to be appointed as a coach of Team USA. There's a lot of responsibility to that, and I honor all the coaches in the past and watch their work from afar. And to be handed the baton means a lot to me. Being chosen for this role is the highest honor a coach could ever receive, and I am both humbled and grateful for the confidence that USA Softball has in me. My goal is to make Team USA the best it can be during my tenure, and I firmly believe that we will put in, I don't firmly believe, I know we will put in the hard work necessary to earn a gold medal in LA 28. So I'm really excited to get started, especially with the Pan American Championships in Colombia and the World Games in China. We hope to take our first steps in that journey. The style that I have at OU is going to be tweaked a little bit because these are seasoned veterans and women. So it's going to be a collaboration together of how we're going to work, but some things are going to be introduced that I think a lot of the athletes have not been able to work with, and that is the analytic side and body tendencies and things that they have not maybe seen before is going to change their approach towards what we're doing. So I'm really excited about that. So there's so much to accomplish between now and our first event, including coordinating schedules and selecting the coaches who are going to be part of the program over the next 4 years. So I look forward to getting to know the athletes. And what's really, really important for me is to create a culture where we all can exist. And I know everyone is fighting in America to be one of 15. And the process is going to be tough, but it's going to be fair. The culture is going to be elite. And if the culture is not elite, then changes are going to be made. But you've got to have 15. I really think that when we have a group of 32, the culture should feel and look different. And that is that we are going to applaud each other. We're going to connect with each other. I'm going to be watching them like sisters. Yet I'm the older sister. They're the younger sisters. That's kind of how it's going to look. I'm also passionate about generating finances for these athletes. They give up their career to celebrate the United States. And the goal and dream of every little girl is to be an Olympian. And to think about the millions of softball players and travel ball kids around the nation, and narrowing that to 15 seems like an impossible feat, but we will find the right 15 that fit, that can get the job done. But financial support for our athletes and creating a program that enables fans to contribute to the success over the last 4 years is really important. And so not only do I want to really push these athletes to the point of excellence, but I want to do everything I can to help them financially not feel like they're giving up their world and struggling. They deserve this, and I will fight for that, and we will get it done.
The 2018 Summer Olympic Games are scheduled to be hosted by Los Angeles, but it sounds like the softball is going to come to Oklahoma City, playing that championship park where the Sooners have won a lot of national titles. Patty Gasso, the sport's highest paid coach, some $2 million and worth every penny, is now the first female coach ever to coach the U.S. women's softball team in the Olympics. Congratulations, Coach Gasso. Well-deserved and well-earned. Right back to preview Oklahoma sports scene, and wait until you see our lineup of guests coming up next week.
Pitch, Casey lines it down the left field line. Drillers win!
Baseball, fireworks, food, and family, it's all in Tulsa at One Oak Field. Score your Drillers season membership today with plans and prices fit for every fan. Whether you want to catch every game or select nights, we know you will have a great time at the ballpark. We're proud to offer a variety of membership options, so don't wait. Contact a Drillers rep who will personally help you find the right plan for you. It's all in Drillville for 2025.
Our story, it lives in Tulsa, where the spirit of the past lives alongside us and urges us on toward a vibrant future. Because our story is still being written. It's the story of Tulsa, told by the journalists who live it and love it. Whether it's covering our rich history, bringing you the hidden gems of the food scene, or following the action in local sports. And here, in the Tulsa world, is where it comes to life.
The Oklahoma Sports Hall of Fame, home of the Paycom Jim Thorpe Award, is a treasure trove of memorabilia honoring Oklahoma sports legends. For museum hours or to schedule a tour, go to oklahomasportshalloffame.org.
Be sure to join us next week. Got a great lineup for you. Starting with Clay Martin, been an NFL official for the last 10 seasons. Has some great stories for us. And then Barry Lewis joins us, the prep editor for the Tulsa World, previews the high school basketball playoffs getting underway. And Mick Wilson, Tulsa Public Schools Athletic Director, will be here, talk about the winter sports at TPS, and also about the success of the girls' flag football in their first season. And from Remington Park, almost post time, we'll have a preview of the races getting ready to start. The thoroughbred season kicks off on March the 6th. Until then, as we always remind you, be a good sport.